Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I was encouraged to come on right now to do a reading for Blu-rays. There's just some stuff going on with the energies. A lot of shifting, obviously. There's always shifting going on, always. And it's become one of those things where the shifts are not just shifts. These are intentional energetic movements. These are intentional energetic shiftings going on. And these shifts are leading Blu-rays towards something. I don't know what. But I do hear that there is a separation that's been initiated. Okay, so this separation is kind of like a mitosis. I don't know if it's internal. I don't know if it's external. It's just like a mitosis. I was going to actually put that as a title. Mitosis has been initiated, but I don't know if people know what mitosis is. Mitosis is the process of cell division. It's where things become polarized. One pole, the other pole. And as everything kind of finds its rightful place within each pole, the cell begins to pinch itself off until it becomes two separate cells. So I'm wondering if this has to do with autonomy, being a self-contained individual. I also got some blips that this has to do with, this has to do with those of us who have fallen. So with Blu-rays, a good portion of Archangel Michael's family, the Melchizedeks, they fell from grace, okay? So just because you're Blu-ray doesn't mean you're of the family, part of the family that didn't fall. The reason why all human beings carry either activated or dormant Blu-ray coding is because we were hybridized using part of that Melchizedek code. So at this point, I'm wondering if the fallen portion is being kind of pinched off and separated fully. You can kind of look at it as like a tree that has a branch that's kind of almost completely broken. That part of the tree, that branch, it's still attached to the tree. So part of it's still kind of alive because it's been such a long time, but most of it has kind of just withered, right? So that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. It might also have to do with that. For those of us who aren't from that fallen line, fallen portion of that family tree, it might create a lot of disharmonic energy within you. Like things will become harder and harder to I guess process or just kind of dismiss away. It's a really like agitating type of energy. And it's being agitated to kind of bring up to the surface certain types of things. Hold on. My husband's gonna kill me. So at some point, I don't know if I can do it tonight. It's already 8. Possibly at some point tomorrow, I'm going to be doing readings, paid readings. And all the proceeds from that are going to go towards someone really in need right now. Okay. So let me just, oh, I already have cards out. kind of just had to put that out there. Okay, I'm almost done pulling cards. This is final deck. Final deck. All right. So here goes. This reading is for blue rays. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. I'm joking. Here goes. Card number 19. Ooh, the in-between. Okay. Many of the Melchizedek family line who are in stages, varying stages of full activation, we're kind of in that in-between phase. We don't really know which pole we're going to be pushed towards. And as we do that process, we begin to recognize aspects of ourselves that maybe we might not like. Okay. We begin to recognize aspects of ourselves that maybe just feel so foreign. And that's because a part of your truth is rising up. It doesn't necessarily mean that just because you don't like it, that it's something bad. Okay. I thought someone was fighting. No. It doesn't mean that it's bad aspects of you. It just means that these are parts of you that you probably are not yet familiar with. I am a total creature of habit. I'm very flexible and easily adapt to things, but that knee-jerk reaction, oh, what? I don't know what you're talking about. What? I don't think so, you know, but eventually I acclimate. So it might be something like that. Card number 15, big, bold vision. You have to see all of this in a different way at this point, okay? You have to see all of this in a very, very different way. However you've seen yourself and your circumstance, that's about to be tested. If you're going to continue to see yourself in the way that you have, most likely that's going to be used against you. Most likely that's going to be allowed to become hardened because it's already in the process of hardening if you can't allow yourself to be flexible. It's going to be allowed to harden even more, and that's the place where you're going to feel the blows, okay? And these blows are going to shatter that aspect of you. So if you can allow yourself to be very, very flexible, just kind of flow with your process, it's going to be less shattering. It's going to be less life shattering. Yeah, exactly. It's to support the healing. It really, really is. Card number 17, minimus, commune with the source. You're being asked to reconnect with your actual divinity. All right. A lot of tests going on. How will you react? Are you going to allow yourself to become very rigid as you kind of brace yourself for the hit? Because it's going to be like, boom. That's what I keep seeing, some sort of impact. So I wonder if this has to do with some sort of attempt on your crown, third eye, and heart space. I'm wondering if that in between, oh, fuck yeah, it has to do with that. Okay, so the in between, what's in between the two areas that are very highlighted, the throat. Don't mind my nails. The throat chakra is where the unfallen, the intact Melchizedek energy is housed. That frequency, it's housed in the throat. What is that? Sorry, guys. Ooh. Okay. So the Melchizedek energy is housed in the throat. This is symbolic of a need to commune with ancestors or explore past lives, about nourishing and nurturing yourself. It appears when you're at a crossroads that you cannot avoid. Let me see. Immortality, resurrection, transformation, eternity. Symbolizes or indicates a period at which you ought to use your imagination to broaden your horizons. The life of the scarab beetle revolved around the dung balls that the beetles consumed, laid their eggs in, and fed their young. So there you go. There you go. This is really a huge message of like, you have lived your entire life surrounded, embedded in shit. It's a shitty circumstance, but you can use that shitty circumstance to grow you, to empower you, to take you to the next level of your growth. I mean, I assume that if the dung beetle, if the scarab beetle egg inside the poop was like, fuck this is shit, and left the poop too early, it couldn't get to the next level, next stage of its development, right? Let me be bumblebee. Let's see. Okay, so she has a bee on her third eye. It's a strong protector, willing to give its life in defense of whatever mission prevails. Those guided by the bee find themselves defending the underdog. Totally a Blu-ray thing. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. It comes to remind you to enjoy what you could be missing. Let's see what else. Okay, so that's what the bee indicates. Ooh, ain't that something? Oh, well, it works on this side. 15, 17, 19. We're stacked. The odds are stacked against the even. The odds are stacked. The odds are stacked. And then these cards are even cards. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Card number 2, schizophrenia. You have to let go of the past in order to fully anchor yourself in the present. Okay. So here, you are still anchored in root chakra type energy. Root chakra is simply concerned with survival. This is the very reason why I consistently talk about you need to do more than just survive your life. You need to do more than just survive your life circumstance. You need to get to a point where you begin understanding you're here to thrive. Chakra, heart chakra energy, the green. You're going from the red to the green, okay? Eight of Summer, the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Now, one pole of being is not intrinsically bad or worse or less than another pole of being. So a polarity has been established, obviously. This polarity is getting to where, you know, you have to travel your path, whatever your path is. I don't know what it is. You're going to have to figure that out. 47% at 829. 4 plus 7 is 11. 8. 2 plus 9 is 11. 11, 8, 11. So that's 1111 with reunification in the center. 4 is the number of self. 7 is the number of completion. 8 is the number of reunification. 2 is the number of guidance. 9 is the number of divinity. So the self, in the process you take to become complete, you experience a reunification of all your parts, including the parts of you that are still embedded in other people's identity. And that guides you back to your own divinity. That's what the numbers are saying. That's what it says to me. So you have to make a choice. I mean, that's kind of like what it comes down to. You have to choose. And choosing to just be complacent, complicit, just verbalizing without actual, action or energy to push action into the words, that doesn't bring you anywhere. It's a lot easier said than done, though. Okay, it's a lot easier said than done, but you're getting to a point where it doesn't just need to be said, it needs to be done. Whatever it is that you're saying, you need to follow through. So here's the thing. Some people, the way they talk to their children, I know plenty of people that say this kind of shit. The child does something the parent doesn't like. It's not anything serious. They'll tell the child, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm like, you're gonna what? Yeah, they'll tell their child, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I'm just like, are you really? I don't want to see that. I wouldn't be okay watching that. It would be bad. And they tell me, I'm not really gonna do it. I'm just, yeah. That's why your child don't fucking listen to you. That's why you have to take it to that level where you're threatening them physically. My children know if I say, okay, I've told you twice. The third time I have to tell you this, there will be a consequence. Depending on how defiant you are with my request and how disrespected I feel, that could really mean you're going to get a spanking. It's not worth it. And if I tell you that and you do it again, well, I have no fucking choice but to spank you. And I promise you, it never gets past 2. Because they're like, she's fucking serious. She really would spank me. I don't really want that. Like, she's going to spank me and then she's going to end up crying after she spanks me. So then it's like a shitty situation all around. So let me just stop. You have to have your words carry a specific weight. If you don't feel the gravity of yourself, at least let people feel the weight of your words. I'm just saying, you have to. What? I don't know. Okay. And again, obedience and love. The love for the self has to outweigh your fear of what that love will bring you. Love for yourself has to outweigh your love for other people, because really, love for other people, if it requires you to sacrifice yourself, to martyr yourself, that's not love. That's martyrdom. And y'all have already heard me say this so many times. Martyrdom is emotional manipulation. Unless you want to consciously be an emotional manipulator, because many of us don't realize it is emotional manipulation. 44% at 833. So, I mean, now that I've said it, you know. So if you do it again, you're emotionally manipulating. You've consciously chosen to be a manipulator, okay? So I'm not condemning you. I'm just stating facts. As someone who has no problem martyring myself, I recognize when I do that, it's usually because I need you to help me feel good about myself. And in order for me to feel that, I'm going to have to do something that will cause you to feel the way I want you to feel, which is very good and very grateful, because then it gives me some sort of purpose, right? It makes me relevant. That's manipulation. It is. I just thought like I was being a good person, but there was some hidden stuff in there. 43% at 834. Ooh, the mirrors. 787. 4 is the self. 3 is a solid foundation that leads to that point of reunification, which then creates a higher level of foundation, which leads to a higher level of self. 43834. I'm just saying, these some good shit. Card number 19, feel loved and proud. You don't have to keep suffering to be a good person. It's okay for you to want to feel loved and have people be proud of you. It's okay for you to want this and to take the actions to have this. And it's not just a romantic message. This is about the environment you're in. If your spiritual circle is not at your frequency, that might not be your circle. You might have just been a temporary guest. So it's okay for you to feel loved, and it's okay for you to feel proud. It's okay for you to be who you are, okay? You don't have to have a circle to be complete. You're your own circle. Remember, autonomy. So mitosis, 2 poles are created. Polarity is established. A pinching occurs, and now you have two circles, which is an 8. Point of reunification. So here goes. Your participation is requested. 4 is the number of self. Your participation in all the different directions is requested. That means you are being asked to be fully present in this moment. Every single moment of your life, you're being asked to be fully present. And that will lead to higher levels of awareness. Your full presence, because you are made of blue fire, electric flame. When you are fully present, it has the ability to very easily dissolve the veil of illusion. Now, if you don't want to do this, then you cannot complain that there is still illusion that exists in this world. If you don't want to recognize the ways in which your resistance to your path, your resistance to your process is actually causing you to become a pawn in this game that's being played on this earth plane, then you can't actually complain about that. You know what I'm saying? I had this discussion with someone earlier, someone I don't know. They decided to comment on a funny ass post. It was funny. It was fucking funny. It was Game of Thrones. It was 2020. Shit's on fire. It was funny. And they're like, it's so sad how people treat each other. So I responded, well, the saddest thing is when you give someone else the power to make you sad. To which point they responded something about, like, I'm not sad, I'm disappointed. Well, Google up the definition of disappointment. It's sadness. Sadness that your expectation, which has nothing to do with anyone else's obligation, wasn't met. And here's the thing, we can't keep pretending that these seeds of separation weren't planted by the very hands of the oppressors. And you can't go around and continue to whip the people who have been whipped this entire time, and now they're lashing out. So that's the thing. You have been beat down by your life for how long now? Because Blu-rays of a certain subgroup, y'all have some really difficult lives. I'm part of that fucking group. From infancy, usually from birth, there are so many elevations in your struggles, in the challenges, in the ways life tries to beat you down. Why is that? To create a defiancy within yourself. Because let's face it, when you get abused, there's one of 2 reactions. You feel like it's your fault and you deserve it, and you'll continue that cycle with other people. 39% at 839. 12, 8, 12. Continuing of mirroring, okay? So you can either internalize this and this is all you deserve. This is what life is. Life just sucks. Suck it up. This is all you're going to get. The second option, because there's only one of two, right, is you understand this is some fucked up shit. So fuck you. I'm not going to fucking comply. I'm not going to fucking bow down to you anymore. I don't give a shit how many times you beat me down. I'm going to get up every single fucking time, and we're going to keep having a fucking problem until you get tired of challenging me, because I'm never giving in ever, 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 because that's not what I was made for. So which one are you going to be? Which one are you going to choose? One or two? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. I want to say like I used to hold my bottle like this when I was a baby. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know, that defiance is never going to be cured. It's not a handicap. It's not some sort of pathology. It's one of the most powerful aspects of who I am. Because every single time you tell me I have to be normal, I'm going to further embrace the fact that I'm not. That I'm not like other people, that I'm not going to work that 9 to 5. I'm never going to finish my schooling. I'm never going to have the titles or the initials after my name. I'm never going to have any of that. I'm still going to be successful. I'm still going to be relevant. I'm still going to be powerful in a way that I determine, not by playing the game of this establishment. Mitosis. My life became polarized. I went to the pole that I was drawn to. And then I was pinched off and allowed to become autonomous. I am my own universe. How many people do I need to validate me? How many people do I need to agree with me? How many people do I need standing behind me to give me courage to be who I am? Because guess what? If everything has been taken away from you your entire life, there's nothing left to lose. So stand the fuck up. That's all you got to do. Stand up. Sometimes the greatest act of defiance is by getting up when they want you to stay down. You don't have to use your fists. You don't have to use your words. Just the fact that you got back up when they were expecting you to stay down. That's some fucking rebellion right there. So now you're being asked to look at your future. What does your future have for you? What do you feel coming for you? Do you feel a brightness? Do you feel challenge that's going to continue to empower you? Do you feel the shifting in the way you see yourself, the way you see your journey, the way you see the things that have happened in your life before? Do you see a difference in it? Because if you don't, you might need to work on some rebelliousness. You might need to crank that up for the defiance. Or maybe that's part of your life in this life. Maybe that's what you're supposed to experience. I don't know. It's not for me to tell you. It's for me to get you riled up enough to find out. That's all. That's all. I'm just trying to rile you up to get you all curious so you can find out for yourself your answers that exist already within you. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're going to release the dark wound and let love live. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to do it not because I told you, but because you'll get to a certain point where you recognize these things that you've been holding on to are nothing but rotten fish. And that's why life seems to stink. I mean, you know, honestly, if you hold that rotten fish for long enough, that kind of, it enters your skin. Yeah. You know, and then what's going to happen? How do you get rid of that rotten stench? You have to use lemons. You have to use the sour parts of you to clean that away. It's okay for you to feel shit. That's the thing. People think that you always have to be positive. You always have to be strong. You always have, you know, all of that shit is fake. When you always have to be this, and you're not actually that, it's fake. It's fakery. So you can just be you. That's not fake. And when people have a problem with you being a human being, having a human experience, They can just suck the lemons. How about that? How about that? How about you take your fake ass sugar? I'm gonna throw you some lemons and you make yourself your own fucking lemonade, because that's not my job. That's not your job. It's not your job to put on a show. Okay? If you don't feel strong enough, then be honest with yourself. And if people don't want to witness that, they can go somewhere else. They can go somewhere else. Own your life, own your journey. The only way the details of your life cannot be weaponized against you is when you own it. When you own it, there is no shame or guilt because you are being a human. There's no shame or guilt in that. I saw something super beautiful a few days back. It had to do with Maya Angelou. It was talking about if she had died when she was 20 years old, she would have died a single mom prostitute. Ain't that some shit? One of the most profound poets of our time found her poetry through her suffering. Just let yourself really, really think about that. It's through that suffering and pain that she found her poetry. And it's through losing everything that she had nothing left to lose and chose to rise. And still I rise. It's one of the most beautiful poems ever. And the beauty of her poetry was not that it was lyrical. The beauty of her poetry was that it was powerful in its truth, where she could use her pain and paint a picture of power while not masking that pain. That's the strength in her poetry. That's the power of her words. Exactly, raw power. Where you don't have to do this song and dance. You don't have to create some sort of glamour. Because what is glamour? It has roots in grimoire, which is the book of darkness. It's an illusion. So why don't you just be yourself? Why don't you just allow your truth to be witnessed by those who are ready to witness it? So, Two of Winter, indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. So here's the thing. The intellectual and the emotional, the midway point, that's the throat chakra. Every single time you shut yourself up to prevent conflict outside of you, you initiate a war inside of you. I'm not sorry that I'm tired of the war within me. Every single time at this point, I will choose external conflict before I initiate another war, because I deserve peace. I deserve that stillness within myself. And if you're too selfish to understand that my selfishness is my self-love, then you deserve the conflict. Good luck with that shit. Good luck with that. Because I have an entire lifetime of shutting myself up. And unless you want to be the recipient of my childhood trauma coming out as words directed at you, highly suggest you don't engage. That's just the truth. I'm not going to sit here and try and play as though I'm pious, holier than thou, that, oh, no, that's so like real. That's what that is. It's a real human being establishing boundaries and letting you know, you cross this line, you have earned my response, and I will give it to you. That's not a threat. That is a statement of fact. I'm no longer afraid to be a warrior queen. I'm not a warrior princess. I'm a full grown, completely in her power warrior queen. And if you can't recognize that by my lack of fear, well, you're going to learn in other ways. And all of you can do that too. You shouldn't feel bad about it either. If someone's coming to you pooping on your lawn, should you be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I should have had the lawn, manicured before you came to poop on my lawn? I don't think so. Hey, I'm just going to say this, okay? Cow shit is different from human shit. Cows don't eat the flesh of other beings. They are not carnivorous. So their poop, once fermented, can be beautiful for your garden. Carnivorous shit? I don't think so. Do you put dog poop in the, what is it called? God, it's those black boxes that were on the farm that we were at before. Compost. Oh my gosh, do you put dog poop in the compost? You don't. Exactly, too acidic. Like, no, I'm good off that. All right. Your denial is causing your soul to summon your righteous wrath. This is for the Blu-rays. Your denial is causing your soul to summon that righteous wrath. That wrath is going to hit somebody. You choose who. You want to moderate yourself and volunteer to be the one that gets hit? I promise you're not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to be doing it to you. I'm going to be in my lane minding my own business. That's what I'm going to be doing. Shit. You kidding me? I'm not part of that. Shit. So the other day, yesterday, I was at the dining table and one of my brothers comes up. He decides he's going to have dinner at the table across from me, which is okay. I was eating too. And I had my phone, and my phone was playing the Chinese soap operas that I accidentally clicked on, but have been so fucking addicted to for like a week now. And he hears it because I need the volume on full blast, even though I don't speak any dialect of Chinese. I need to hear that because anyways, he's like, are you serious? Are you seriously, you're watching drama because and I cut him off. I cut him off because I said, yeah, I'm watching drama because I have no drama in my life that I have to witness the drama in a soap opera because I stay in my own fucking lane. Don't ask questions about shit like that. I'm just saying, it's my lane. That's your lane. People can't get mad that their toes got stepped on when they're trying to trip you. Why the fuck is your foot in my lane to begin with? Because you're trying to trip me, failing to realize I got big ass swamper tires. Now your foot's broken. It's none of my business. You fucking put it in my lane. How was I going to see that over my big ass fucking truck? That's fucking hilarious. I've never watched the Asian dramas. I accidentally clicked on it when I was checking notifications, and then it started playing. And I was like, what was she doing? Is that Wing Chun? I did. Was that Wing Chun? Oh, that was hot. They started talking about concubines. Okay. Card number 19, dream a beautiful dream. You are the epicenter of your universe. You are self-contained, okay? Whatever you do at the center of you, it's going to create ripples and it's going to wash over everyone else. So by proximity, you are affecting everyone around you, okay? When you grow, they grow. When you choose to continue patterns of toxicity, they will amplify that and reflect it right back at you. That's just kind of how it is, okay? Card number 15. I think I used up all the air in this room. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Card number 15, Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? I mean, this doesn't even need any explanation. It just really doesn't. When you continue to deplete yourself for people who have no problem not taking care of you, what happens when you need to be taken care of? What happens to that? Who takes care of you? So if you can't rely on the people that you keep giving everything away to, and this is not about transactional connections. This is about really recognizing what you're getting yourself into. What happens to you when you're giving all of yourself and your energy? What happens to you when you have nothing left and you need? That's something, the answer is going to be different for everybody. Okay. I think I've gotten through. Card number 22. Excuse me. Communication. 22 is an elevated number of guidance. 2 is guidance. When you put 2 beside itself, it's an elevation of the guidance. When you have 3 2s, 2, 2, 2, that's an even higher expression of that guidance. It's divine guidance. You're being led. Your soul keeps communicating with you. If you keep sending that biznatch to voicemail, eventually she's going to stop calling and she's just going to show up at your door because she's one crazy ass biznatch. I'm telling you, that's how my soul is. They're like, what? Voicemail. Ring, ring, ring. What? Voicemail. Knock, knock, knock. Drag my ass out my spiritual house. Hey, that's what I chose. That's what I chose. So card 2 of Autumn. Bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. It's okay to multitask, but it's not okay to multitask so much that you're spread so thin that everything suffers because you've taken on too much. Balance is needing to be established. Discernment is needing to be used. Not everyone who says they need help actually needs it. And sometimes when they don't need help and you continue to help, fucking A. Sometimes when it seems like they need help, but their soul doesn't really need you to help, your helping will enable the problem to continue. It will amplify the challenges and the struggles they experience as they're trying to learn aspects of themselves, as their circumstances teaching them, reminding them how powerful they actually are. So when you interfere, when you help, sometimes because you just really love them and you hate seeing them suffer, you're robbing them of their own potentiality. At that point, is it love or is it enabling? I think this reading was for me. God, whatever. So card number 50, the moon. There are many details that are being hidden from you. It's best to not interfere. And it's not that there are many details being hidden from you because someone is lying to manipulate you and get it. No. You're not aware of a lot of the things that soul is planning. This is on a spiritual level at this point. If you don't know what that circumstance is going to lead to, because every circumstance in your life is a stepping stone to another circumstance, which creates a potentiality for even higher, amplified potentiality to be reached. So every event is a stepping stone. If you take away that stepping stone, I mean, do you know if they can leapfrog their ass to the next stone? You don't know that, do you? I don't know that. So yeah, the moon, there's something being hidden and you have to just be patient and hold space so that they can reach their moment of fulfillment. The fruit has to first rot as part of the fermentation process. It has to first rot before it becomes a wine. If the situation is a rotten situation, interfering with that process of fermentation will rob them of the wine. So you can't, heard you already, Michael. You can't interfere. What happens if I do? I'm joking. I just remember defiance and rebelliousness. We just talked about that earlier. I just have to be defiant for a second, a fucking second. Give me a break. I know my jokes aren't funny. You'd laugh if they were funny. Fuck you. Card number 3, celebration. There's going to be plenty of things to celebrate once that wine is done fermenting. Okay, so don't interfere with any fermentation process. If that fermentation process is your own, well, keep rotting. Stop interfering with your rot. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. These are just like hodgepodge of things that I'm being told as I'm pulling out cards, and I don't even know if any of this reading made sense. I just know that I'm fucking hilarious. That one made him laugh. You have a shitty sense of humor. If that made you laugh, but my good stuff doesn't make you laugh, you're just, I don't know. You're hanging with the wrong crew then. All right, guys. Oh, everything makes sense. Ooh. Vinegar still has to ferment as well. So how about this, okay? I'm not a licensed, trained medical professional. I cannot dispense, diagnose, or treat any type of conditions. But I do want to share, as a stay-at-home mom that was hella granola for so many years, I would take a cold brewed cup of, you could do chamomile tea, you could do whatever tea you want, some sort of mild flavor. And then I would take a tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, drop that bitch in, squirt some honey, raw, unfiltered honey up in that. And then I would just drink that. It's like your own kombucha. It's not actually kombucha, but it kind of tastes like that feet flavor. I like that. And it's very good for you. If you're needing to boost your immune system, you're needing to do things that are good for you. And I'm not offering medical advice. I'm just saying this is what I do for my children. This is what I do for myself. It's medicine. Food is medicine. Allow yourself to eat from a table of organic, homegrown, made from scratch food. I'm talking about soul food, okay? Yo, I homeschool way more than 3 kids since they were born. And because of all the food allergies, it's pretty much impossible to eat out. So pretty much every meal is at home. So yeah, I hope this reading helped whoever. I hope that it gives you clarity. It helps to empower you in whatever your struggle is at the moment. And if you're not struggling, oh, ta-da! I'm joking. I gotta go to bed. So thank you guys for sharing this space. Like, comment, subscribe. But I don't know what he said. Hit the subscribe button and slap the bell, and then comment down below in the merch, whatever the fuck my kid says. Good night, guys. Bye.